So hello and welcome along to this, the first viewing of the LXR 125 2021 version in black and gold. And we're going to do a quick walk around on the bike, and then we're going to get up close and personal, take it out for a ride test and just show you how good this bike is over the previous version. Now this comes in the black and gold as a slightly different motor, so it's got a completely different engine. This one has an extra half a horsepower, so 12.5 bhp out of this engine, and the best bit about it, 6-speed box, which is ideal for just getting through those gear changes. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get up close and personal and just show you some of the differences between this and the older version. Moving up to the second camera, and we're just going to check out the badging on this. So you've got some nice gold decals with the LXR to the front, the gold flash and the white LXR there. Moving down the side fairing, you have the LXR logo, and just the bottom midsection of the fairing there, you've got the Lexmoto logo that's branded either side. On the front of the bike, as always, you've got those twin discs with the wavy discs on those. Moving down the side of the bike, just check out the pegs. One thing I do like about these LXR pegs is that you can get a good grip off of those. Very, very easy access to get through to check your engine oil and just to see your coolant and your brake fluids in there. So very, very good design there. You've got that typical LXR stainless can, and once again the wavy disc to the rear of this. Just checking out that nice high tail tidy on this one, and then getting in close on the shock, just check out you've got a nice gold shock to the rear just above that tyre mudguard. And then just moving down the side of the bike again, great positioning for that peg, very easy to get to that gear lever as well should you need to adjust it. And then we're just going to move up and check out the functions on the bike. So the clock on this, exactly the same as the old version of the LXR. Fire this one up, and once again the purr of that LXR engine. Now on your controls on your left hand side, horn, indicators, main beam. Just to the rear of that you've got your pass light or your headlamp flash and hazard lights there. And on the right hand side of your controls, just check that out, we have the start button, you've got your lights position and your kill switch, and you do have the adjustable brake lever, 4-position adjustable brake lever to the front of this one. So that's in full lights at the moment, and just getting in low on that, just check out the lights on that. So you've got the lights either side with the LED bars just above. If you do switch this back into the position mode, so your position lamp, just switching that back, you get your daytime running light to the front of this, and then you get the LED bars light up with the LED rings around those LED front lights. So what we're going to do, we're going to switch back to the drift camera, we're going to get out and we're going to ride test this one and tell you a little bit more about the bike. So seated on the bike, and just to get a look at those clocks, so you've got your miles an hour just to the right on the digital display, you've got a gear indicator, mileage along the bottom, your fuel tank, and then all your standard functions are across on the left and the right at the top for your indicators, and then your main beam and everything is on the left hand side. So very, very easy. Nice sound from the horn as well, which is what I do like. Going to get this one out, we're going to have a run on this. Now once you're seated on the bike, it does feel slightly higher than the old version of the LXR. But obviously check out the spec on this, just have a look at the seat height on this between this and the old one, because obviously this is the first ride. But a lovely sound from that exhaust, and we're going to keep the visor up for the time being, just to let you have a listen to that bike. Gear changes on this are super smooth. Can't believe a 125 has such a super smooth gearbox. So just pulling through the gears, keeping the revs low as it is a new bike, and just check out that gear indicator. 5th gear is what you would have on the old LXR, and we've got a 6-speed box on this one. But the seating position, absolutely lovely, as with all LXRs. So we're going to sit this around 40 to 45, obviously due to it being a new bike, and sticking to running in test speeds, which is what Lexmoto state in the manual, that you must ride these for 500 kilometers at 40 to 45 mile an hour. Once you've had your first service, then you can do 50, and then once that's done, all good to go. But always make sure that you run a bike in, as I keep saying on most of my videos, and just trying to lean it. Obviously I am on new tyres. Now these are the nylon tyres, but just look how far over, and that is brand new tyres with just 2.9 miles on the clock, and absolutely no issues at all for those tyres in wet conditions. Never have an issue with any of the tyres that are fitted to the Lexmoto bikes, but I'd always say adjust your speed and your road sense for the conditions that you're riding in. Now the bars on these, same as the LXRs previously, a great riding position, slightly forward, pegs tuck your knees just into the tank, so a great riding position from this. And obviously with these new colours, it is very, very eye-catching. The black and gold, I have to say, is my favourite version of these, but it rides like an absolute dream, as you would expect. Now the pricing on these has gone up, obviously being a Euro 5 bike. So the original LXRs were 2199.99. These have gone up by £300 to 2499.99. But for the extra £300, it is so worth it. And once again, nice low speed. I'm just going to tuck it and lean it through the corners just to show you the handling on this bike. And absolutely perfect. And just applying the power into the corners, it does lean very well on that fresh tyre. So a great bike from Lexmoto, the new LXR 125. This is going to be the big bike this year, I feel. A lot of people giving the negatives on it, and a lot of people assuming, and I always say assuming something until you've actually seen it in the flesh. Make your own decisions, but don't just go by what pictures tell you and hearsay and rumours. Obviously we will be doing further ride tests on this, just to see what she runs like. But it is an absolutely lovely ride. I'm very happy to be the get one of the first test rides out on one of these for Lexmoto. So thank you to the guys at Lexmoto for getting this bike down to us so quick. Now obviously the warranty on these, 2 years, as long as it is serviced, maintained and looked after. And we never have an issue with any of our warranty stuff that comes from Lexmoto. Obviously due to restrictions, parts are hard to get hold of, as it is for any bikes. So that includes the big brand bikes as well. But you are backed up by that Lexmoto warranty, 2 years. And this is just riding so nice. And I do love that 125 growl from that can. So well done Lexmoto, a beautiful bike, and these have been well worth the wait. As I would say, there is a lot of interest in these bikes, and people are placing pre-orders already. We are taking a lot of inquiries for the LXR 125s. So obviously this is going to be one of the first ride tests, just to obviously show you the bike, let you see how it handles up close and personal. And the easiest way to find these is onto the Lexmoto page, up the top, find a dealer, put your postcode into that, and that will give you the 6 nearest dealers to you usually. But the response from that gearbox is lovely and crisp and smooth. Very, very surprised by this new gearbox, how good it is. And and they appear to have sorted all the issues out that we had with the original LXR 125s. This is so much better a bike. So if you're interested in a Lexmoto LXR 125, I'm going to put the link up bottom right hand side for Lexmoto. They can find them at www.lexmoto.co.uk. Top right hand side, magnifying glass. Put your postcode in, click the magnifying glass, find a dealer, and that will give you the 6 nearest ones to you. Obviously this is the first official Lexmoto test ride. Can't obviously mention the garage that I work for, but all my links are down the bottom should you need them. But a big thank you to the boys at Lexmoto and the sales team who got this bike out to us really early for the first ride test, so thank you. And guys, it is an absolute pleasure to ride this. And if people happen to watch my previous videos, you know how a bike really excites me and puts a grin on my face. Some bikes don't, and I tend to knock them. I tend to be very unbiased in my views, so hence why I'm going to be doing a few more tests on this and then obviously give you my overall opinion. But first impressions and first ride, I am grinning from ear to ear, and I don't normally get that from a 125 bike, but I am grinning from ear to ear. I am absolutely loving this bike. It does feel a lot higher in the seat, and it does not feel like a 125. It feels like I'm actually sat on something like a 400 or 500cc bike. But obviously check out the technical spec on the new LXR, and as we make our way back to the garage, all it has for me to say is be well, ride safe, and as always, it's a big goodbye from me.